Hi, my name is Lisa Miron, and today I want to talk to you about how to heal the child when the child has been separated from his or her parents. So, when there's a separation of the child from the parents, especially when the child is less than 5 years old, there's something that happens that's called a break in the bond with the parents. There's this movement of love, of protection, of security that we have, a movement of life that we have with our parents. And when we're separated from them, this movement gets interrupted. There's a break of the bond that we have with our parents. And this happens especially with a mother, when we're separated from our mother. So the separation can happen in many ways. It can happen even when we're in the incubator, when we are born, if the mother had to be in the hospital and we're separated from her. If even later on in life, if our parents had to take a trip and we were left with somebody else, we could have this sense of losing this connection with our parents. And of course it happens with, for example, what's happening right now in Mexico, in the border, that they're separating the children from their parents. So what happens is that the child does not know what's happening, and the source of love and security that's his or her parents is lost. And they feel like they lose completely all the security. They become insecure. They start this process of like a death, of grieving and being angry, but they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know the process of how this goes. They don't go later on to learning about the experience, to healing the experience. They get stuck in the anger. They get stuck in the insecurity. They get stuck in the sadness, in the grief. And many people that have a separation from their parents when they're young have these situations later on in their life. People that are often angry all the time, people that have difficulty committing to relationships. For example, when someone starts a relationship and when the relationship starts getting more serious and the person leaves the relationship all the time, each time the new relationship starts getting serious, the person then leaves the relationship. This usually happens because there was a break in the bond with the mother when the person was young. So in the new relationship, when the person starts feeling a connection, the person does not want to feel the pain that he or she felt as a child, and would rather leave the relationship before somebody hurts him or her. So this is usually a sign that the person had an interrupted movement or a break with the bond with the parents. So when children are young, how do we heal this? How are we able to heal this? So when the child gets reunited with his or her parents, it's important, especially with the mother, but with both of them it's possible, for the mother to hold the child. And even if the child is angry, even especially if the child is angry, is to hold the child and hold the child until the child releases, is able to accept that embrace from the mother, is able to reestablish the bond. And it's important that the mother tells the child that they belong in the family system, that they are loved no matter what happens, that they are part of the family. Even if they're separated, they will always belong with the family. And this helps the child redo the bond, reconnect with the parents. It helps them with their security. It helps them with their self-esteem. That's something that gets affected when they're separated from the parents. When they're separated from the parents, they feel that's their fault. They feel that they did something wrong, and they get stuck again in the anger, in the grief, in the sadness. So so if you know of anybody that has been in this similar situation, and like I said, it's all kinds of situations when younger children, especially younger than 5 years, are separated from their parents. So it's important for the parents, and especially the mother, to hold the child, to embrace them, and to do this often, for the next weeks, for the next months, even for the next years, to reestablish the bond. So again, what's happening is that the bond with the mother gets broken, and it's important to reestablish the bond. And you can do this by doing this, holding the child, giving them all your love, and telling them that they belong in the family system, that they belong to them, and that they will always be loved. So if you have any questions, please let me know. you can send me an email at info@coachingandconstellations.com. Thank you so much. Bye.